Carly, this tragic attack comes as political violence is increasingly out of control in our country. Now, lawmakers are attempting to follow in Charlie Kirk's footsteps, looking for ways to bring the public together. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, holding a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk on the House floor yesterday. He also had this to say.
I think something changed today. I really do. There's a different kind of mood now on Capitol Hill and around the country, and I think it's an opportunity for us to speak truth into that. Let's talk about the founding principles of America that Charlie Kirk was a champion of, our Judeo-Christian foundations, the moral consensus that makes us who we are in a country. That's really important for us to talk about, especially on the eve of the 250th anniversary of the greatest nation in the history of the world. This is not who we are.
Utah Congressman Mike Kennedy represents the district where this tragedy occurred, and he joins me now. Congressman, thank you for being here on what has to be an extremely difficult morning for you. And I want to get into what Speaker Johnson said. But first, as this is your district, are you hearing anything from authorities that you can report to us right now? Any update on the investigation?
At this point, the assassin is still at large, which is very disappointing. Every moment that goes by that we don't have this person incarcerated and punished to the fullest extent of the law is an increased likelihood that it'll be harder to find this person. But no, I don't have any further details besides that this killer is still at large, and this is in my district and 20 minutes from my home.
And one more on the logistics. Should people in your district right now, as we speak, be staying inside their homes, making sure all their windows and doors are locked? I mean, are we in that kind of a threat position right now?
No, we're not. The people of Utah and our great law enforcement agencies, our county sheriff, as well as the federal agencies that are working on this. No, I believe the people are safe. This was a professional assassination effort by somebody who obviously knew what they were doing. And it's a deranged, cowardly event that this individual, instead of speaking and debating, as Charlie Kirk did on a regular basis, thought that bullets were the appropriate way to address any sort of political discourse. And I know the people of Utah entirely reject that approach. In fact, at our state capitol, there was Democrats and Republicans got together at a vigil last night, reflecting that my people, the people in my district, the people of Utah, and the people of the United States of America will not stand down in the face of violence and intimidation.
And we have heard former FBI agents on our very air, like Stuart Kaplan and Nicole Parker, use that same phraseology that you used, professional. It seems like a professional hit. Obviously, we're going to need to look into that over the course of the next hours, days, weeks, and months. I want to get back now to what Speaker Johnson said. He referred to a different mood on Capitol Hill following the shooting. Did you feel that as well, Congressman?
Absolutely. I've always felt a firm resolve, and I know my congressional colleagues feel that as well. I was a state legislator before. We feel a firm resolve to carry forward the work of the people, and that was reflected by, after this tragic event, and Charlie Kirk would want it this way, after this tragic event, the House of Representatives continued to do its work, and then after, we appropriately will mourn, not only mourn the Erica and those children and the loss of husband and father Charlie Kirk. Also, the young people, roughly 3,000 young people witnessed this disgusting act of cowardice, and those people have been traumatized. And then from there, the community, the nation, we all should mourn. I don't care what side of the aisle that you're on. We all should mourn the loss of somebody who never advocated violence, always proceeded with civil discourse to discuss the issues of the day. We should celebrate that kind of life and move on to make sure that we amplify the efforts that he's put forward through his whole life.
Is this the moment, Congressman, that we unite as Americans, a turning point, no less, on the anniversary of 9/11?
I fully believe that. In fact, the name Turning Point that he gave to his movement, so many young people saw hope in the way that he approached things. And this can be a turning point, but it depends on the hearts of our people. My heart and mind are resolved. I know my people's hearts and minds are resolved. My district, the state of Utah, we're resolved to carry forward the work with civil discourse, not with violence. It depends on how the people want to respond. We know that there are some on both sides of ideology that celebrate violence, and I utterly reject that, and I know many of my colleagues do, and we are absolutely going to move forward to do the work of the people.
On the flip side of that, it is human nature for many people, and we can't fault them for this, to see an incident like this, to see somebody get shot and killed on our phones. We all could watch the horrific events of what happened and say to themselves, you know, maybe as a conservative, it's time that I silence myself because I value my life more than my ability to speak out. Are you worried that this is going to force a whole generation of individuals to silence themselves out of fear?
After we appropriately mourn, no, I believe most people will learn from this experience and say it is even more important because of what Charlie Kirk represented that we move forward as he did. He has had threats to his life for many years, and he continued without fear, without intimidation, shutting him down. He was willing to continue to engage with people. And I believe that our young people and people all over the country, and frankly, all over the world, should see that as an example of how we should approach these things.
And Congressman, our thoughts are with your entire district. We always hear that phrase, following a tragedy. I couldn't believe it happened here in my neighborhood, in my community. That's exactly what the people in your district are feeling this morning, and we pray with them along with Charlie Kirk's family. Congressman Mike Kennedy, thank you so much.